So today is November 6, 2019, and we just wrapped up Relevant Agent 2020, redefining relevance in real estate with digital marketing. We held an event in the city of Glendora in partnership with RE Events, and we had some of the most well-known, most influential speakers in real estate. Christophe Choo, Marty Rodriguez, Johnny Perez, Matt Clements, and Matt Ullman. As a professional organization, it's been our mission to help empower the real estate community so that way real estate agents feel more confident in their ability to go on out and to generate business. But this time it was a bit different. There was a cause that we were all rallying behind, and this was to raise money for Covenant House. Covenant House is an organization, nonprofit, that helps homeless youth get off the streets and helps really give them opportunities. And so I just wanted to create this video. So for those of you who are not aware of what Covenant House does, maybe you're not familiar with the name, not really familiar with what their mission is, you know, it's challenging, sometimes difficult for us to explain, really. But fortunately, at today's event, we were lucky enough to get the story on video from a gentleman by the name of Anthony, who is an individual who was living on the streets, and Covenant House was able to help him better his life. So I'd like for you to just take a moment and hear his story directly.
First off, thank you for the gift and the givers. Thank you to the gift and the givers for your blessing, because you're not just being a part of the miracle, but you are the miracle with your gift and what you're doing today. I was homeless at the age of 14 years old. I grew up in a household with a mother who had some mental health issues and some drug issues, and the father the same. Putting a little kid with a mother who has mental issues and a father who's an alcoholic and has mental issues was really horrible. I was beat on a daily basis as a child. I was pulled out of my bed and just stomped on my head and my body. I was given hot showers, scalding hot, burns all over my body. I was burned with an iron on my body by my mother. I was beaten every day on a daily basis. They stopped sending me to school because people were asking questions, what was wrong with me? And in the 80s, I guess teachers really didn't ask where the students were, because I stood home on a daily basis getting beat. And then one day, I couldn't take it anymore. My face was all bloody. I couldn't take it. And so I ran away from home and I ran to the streets thinking I'm free. But little did I know that I was running from one hell to another. Getting a little boy and putting him out there in the streets homeless is like putting a little kid into a cage full of animals. It's survival. And so for many years I was on the streets, and I slept in cardboard boxes. I slept on the freeways. I begged and I begged. Sometimes people would give me some change, sometimes they wouldn't. Eventually I was taking my shoes, my shirt, whatever I had, and I just kept walking and crying, and I just wanted to end life. But something told me inside that there was much more to life than what I was living. I had this faith deep down inside. And one day I was just walking barefooted in MacArthur Park. I was just crying. And I picked up the payphone and I told the operator if they could help me. I said, please help me. I'm hungry. I'm in the streets. Been out here for a while. So they connected me with Covenant House. And Covenant House came and picked me up within an hour. They sent a van out, they picked me up, and they brought me to the shelter. I had never been to a shelter. I did not know what a shelter was. I was just a little kid. And so I was kind of young still to be in the shelter, but they let me stay there and they let me sleep there until a bed opened up. Finally, a bed opened up for me. Here I was with a bunch of kids just like me, hurt, abused, abandoned, betrayed. It was really terrible. And so they told me, being here, there's a program you have to work on. So I started working my program and showing them that I was serious about changing my life around. And when they saw that, they offered me a job at Covenant House, in the Covenant House kitchen. So I started working in the kitchen, working. I was just working every day. Finally, I went and applied at Starbucks, and eventually I became assistant manager at Starbucks. I couldn't believe this was actually happening to me, because here I was homeless, and actually now I'm working and having some sort of life now. And being at Covenant House, they encouraged me, and they helped me heal my heart, and I went through days and months of counseling. I needed counseling really bad, and Covenant House provided that to me, and they provided me health care. Everything I needed was there. So when I would get paid, I would turn in my paycheck, and they would give me 10% of my paycheck because everything was provided to me, shoes, shirt, everything I needed was provided to me. Eventually, I just kept working my program and working, and then one day, it was in the 90s, the Clintons came. It was President Bill Clinton was the president, and they asked for their turnaround success story at Covenant House, and Covenant House chose me. They flew me to New York City, where I led a homeless march with Bill and Hillary Clinton, and here I was, this little boy who was homeless for so long, now marching down New York Times Square with the president and Mrs. Clinton. And as soon as we got to New York Times Square, I seen my picture up on the big building, and I was just in amazement. And they called me up there, and I read a poem from Bill and Hillary about homelessness in America. When I got back to Covenant House, I was offered an internship at Paramount Pictures, where I did a year of internship, and then I became local IATSE 44 set dressing, and I worked on numerous hit TV shows. And so I never became homeless again because of the help that Covenant House gave me. They really showed me that they cared about me. They wanted me to thrive, and they wanted me to be somebody. And finally, instead of waking up not knowing what I was gonna do, or just being in pain and hurt every day, now waking up every day was just a blessing. It was just a blessing for me. And so I tell others, when they say, oh, they can go home, they're just, they have a choice, they just wanna be in the streets. Well, sometimes going home, there really is no home. Sometimes going behind that locked door is more dangerous than the danger they offer in the streets. So it's not that they have a choice to go home. Sometimes homeless kids are looked at as meaningless and dirty, and they don't want to work. That's not true. They're victims. They're victims. They've been hurt. They've been betrayed. They've been stepped on. And I tell people, and they say, oh, well, how can I solve homelessness? How can I, there's so many out there. Well, if you can just help one, like me, as the saying goes, do unto others as you would do unto you. Just give them something. Give them something to eat. They can be so lost and so gone, and then when you walk up to them and give them something to eat or a pair of flip-flops, it lets them know that someone sees them. It lets them know that they're noticed. So everything you guys are doing here today, I thank you so much. Because of your donations and what you're doing, many kids are going to be seen. Thank you.
If you felt a connection to Anthony's story, or if you find it in your heart to give financially to help Covenant House so that way they can in turn help more homeless youth get off the streets, then I ask that you kindly make a donation, because we're looking to achieve a goal collectively as a team so we can just do our part and really empower and allow Covenant House to do what they do so well. And we also ask that you share this story, share this message, because at the end of the day, the more people who know about this organization, the more help we can get. So for any of you real estate professionals that are out there in this industry who want to do more, then feel free to reach on out to us, and we would love to collaborate with you as to what we can do together.